Words of Clanmother Anissi. The book Words of Clanmother Anissi is an exceptionally valuable text on Khajiit culture. The Khajiit are very secretive with their oral traditions, and this is one of the only texts that tells us anything about the traditional beliefs of the race. The book joins the Pocket Guide to the Empire and the Tale of Drozira as our main sources about the unique cats and how they live. Words of Clanmother Anissi spells out the Khajiiti creation myth as told by Clanmother Anissi to her favorite daughter. This book can be found at Autumn Watch Tower, in Nelakar's room at the Frozen Hearth in Winterhold, on a shelf in Castle Volkihar, and can be bought from Ureg Grow Shrub at the Arcanium of the College of Winterhold. It is useful to know that not all locations listed are fixed spawns for the book, meaning the book may be replaced with another in that location spawn list. Let's read. Words of Clanmother Anissi to her favorite daughter. Anissi tells you, you are no longer a mewing kitten, and you have learned to keep secrets from Anissi, and so Anissi tells you. In the beginning, there were two littermates, Honor and Fatimai. After many phases, Fatimai said to Honor, "Let us wed and make children to share our happiness." And they gave birth to Alkosh, the first cat. And Honor said, "Alkosh, we give you time, for what is as fast or as slow as a cat?" And they gave birth to Canarthi, the winds. Canarthi, to you we give the sky, for what can fly higher than the wind? And they gave birth to Maegris, the cat's eye. Maegris, to you we give the sun, for what is brighter than the eye of a cat? And they gave birth to Mara, the mother cat. Mara, you are love, for what is more loving than a mother? And they gave birth to Surrendar, the runt. Surrendar, we give you mercy, for how does a runt survive except by mercy? And many phases passed, and Anur and Fatimai were happy. And Anur said, "We should have more children to share our happiness." And Fatimai agreed. And she gave birth to Hemora, and she gave birth to Hircine, and she gave birth to Mehrunes, and Mafala, and Sangin, and Shegarath, and many others. And Fatimai said, "Hemora, you are the tides, for who can say whether the moons predict the tides, or the tides predict the moons? Hircine, you are the hungry cat, for what hunts better than a cat with an empty belly? Mehrunes, you are the Jacques Khajiit, for what is more destructive than a kitten? Mafala, you are the clan mother, for what is more secretive than the ways of the clan mothers? Sangin, you are the blood cat, for who can control the urges of blood? Shegarath, you are the skooma cat, for what is crazier than a cat on skooma? And Anur said, 2 litters is enough, for too many children will steal our happiness." But Canarthi went to Fatimai and said, "Fatimai, mother, Canarthi grows lonely so high above the world, where not even my brother Alkosh can fly." Fatimai took pity on her and tricked Anur to make her pregnant again. And Fatimai gave birth to the moons and their motions, and she gave birth to Nirni, the majestic sands and lush forests. And she gave birth to Azura, the dusk and the dawn. And from the beginning, Nirni and Azura fought for their mother's favor. Anur caught Fatimai while she was still birthing, and he was angry. Anur struck Fatimai, and she fled to birth the last of her litter far away in the great darkness. Fatimai's children heard what had happened, and they all came to be with her and protect her from Anur's anger. And Fatimai gave birth to Lorkaj, the last of her litter, in the great darkness. And the heart of Lorkaj was filled with the great darkness, and when he was born, the great darkness knew its name, and it was Namira. And Fatimai knew her time was near. Fatimai said, "Jacques Khajiit, to you Fatimai gives the lattice, for what is steadier than the phases of the moons? Your eternal motions will protect us from Anur's anger." And the moons left to take their place in the heavens. And Anur growled and shook the great darkness, but he could not cross the lattice. And Fatimai said, "Nirni, to you Fatimai leaves her greatest gift, You will give birth to many people, as Fatimai gave birth today." When Nerni saw that Azura had nothing, Nerni left smiling. And all Fatimai's children left except Azura. And Fatimai said, "To you, my favored daughter, Fatimai leaves her greatest gift. To you, Fatimai leaves her secrets." And Fatimai told her favored daughter 3 things. And Fatimai said, "When Nerni is filled with her children, take one of them and change them. Make the fastest, cleverest, most beautiful people and call them Khajiit." And Fatimai said, "The Khajiit must be the best climbers, for if Masser and Secunda fail, they must climb Kanarthi's breath to set the moons back in their courses." And Fatimai said, "The Khajiit must be the best deceivers, for they must always hide their nature from the children of honor." And Fatimai said, "The Khajiit must be the best survivors, for Nerni will be jealous, and she will make the sands harsh and the forests unforgiving, and the Khajiit will always be hungry and at war with Nerni." And with these words, Fatimai died. After many phases, Nerni came to Lorcash and said, "Lorcash, Fatimai told me to give birth to many children, but there is no place for them." And Lorcash said, "Lorcash makes a place for children, and Lorcash puts you there so you can give birth." But the heart of Lorcash was filled with a great darkness, and Lorcash tricked his siblings so that they were forced into this new place with Nerni. And many of Fatimai's children escaped and became the stars, and many of Fatimai's children died to make Nerni's path stable, and the survivors stayed and punished Lorcash. The children of Fatimai tore out the heart of Lorcash and hid it deep within Nerni, and they said, "We curse you, noisy Lorcash, to walk Nerni for many phases." And Nerni soon forgave Lorcash, for Nerni could make children. She filled herself with children, but cried because her favorite children, the forest people, did not know their shape. And Azura came to her and said, "Poor Nerni, stop your tears. Azura makes for you a gift of a new people." Nerni stopped weeping, and Azura spoke the first secret to the moons, and they parted and let Azura pass. And Azura took some forest people who were torn between man and beast. She placed them in the best deserts and forests on Nerni, and Azura, in her wisdom, made them of many shapes, one for every purpose. And Azura named them Khajiit, and told them her second secret, and taught them the value of secrets. And Azura bound the new Khajiit to the lunar lattice, as is proper for Nerni's secret defenders. Then Azura spoke the third secret, and the moons shone down on the marshes, and their light became sugar. But Yifer heard the first secret and snuck in behind Azura, and Yifer could not appreciate secrets, and he told Nerni of Azura's trick. So Nerni made the deserts hot, the sands biting, and Nerni made the forests wet and filled with poisons. And Nerni thanked Yifer and let him change the forest people also. And Yifer did not have Azura's subtle wisdom, so Yifer made the forest people elves always, and never beasts. And Yifer named them Bosmer, and from that moment they were no longer in the same litter as the Khajiit. And because Yifer had no appreciation for secrets, he shouted the first secret across all the heavens with his last breath, so that all of Fatimai's children had crossed the lattice. But Azura, in her wisdom, closed the ears of angry Anur and noisy Lorcash, so they alone did not hear the word. Well, that lines up nicely with many other creation myths in the Elder Scrolls, with a unique Khajiit twist. Thank you for listening. I hope to read with you again sometime.